Hi everyone, this is Donna, mainly using expressive writing, which is a form of free writing that has we are actually processing the thoughts and feelings that are present for you right now. But it's very similar to free writing. So if you are used to free writing, then you'll probably feel right at home with this. Okay, so in this week's session, I wanted to focus on change. That's life changes, career changes, cycles, the seasons, embracing some change in your life right now and allowing yourself the space to try something new, even though you don't know where it will take you. So, if that resonates with you, then you can use the session today to focus the writing on your thoughts and feelings about that. If that is not resonating with you, then feel free to write about whatever is present for you right now. And as we always do, we will have two different writing sessions. The first one is an offload, just getting out onto paper anything that is present for you right now or has been coming up over the past week. And then the second writing session is a processing session where we are reflecting on and processing what we've offloaded in that first writing session. So you're going a bit deeper than a brain dump. Okay, so let's get started with this first writing session. If you want to, you can, let me just bring it up. If you want to, you can plot how you feel right now by just drawing a circle and then having bottom to top how activated you are right now and left to right whether that feeling is a pleasant or unpleasant feeling. So if you want to plot that before you start writing, feel free to do that on your paper. But we're going to now go into our first writing session. And if you are thinking about changes, right now, then just get all your thoughts and feelings about that out onto the paper. You don't have to structure it, just go with the first thing that comes into mind, follow that thread, try and keep writing for the full 7 minutes. And if you come to a stop before the 7 minutes, I'd like to invite you to just try and push through that to try and keep writing, because that can take you down to a deeper level. And if you struggle to sort of keep writing and you feel like you've come to a stop, then just try and follow the thread of anything that's present in your mind, whatever that is. Follow that thread. If you really feel like you haven't got anything, then choose something from the week that's just gone that you might have been thinking about at the back of your mind. And even if you don't know why, just follow that thread and keep writing. Okay, so we're going to go into our first session. This is going to be 7 minutes, but it's split into 5 minutes and then two, just so that you can feel like you've got a bit of a wind down. All right, so let's go, and I'll see you on the other side. Welcome back. Okay, I hope you managed to keep writing for the full 7 minutes, and if not, well, that's okay, right? But I hope that you feel that you have offloaded some of what was on your mind with regards to what is present for you right now. So we're going to go into the second writing session, which is where we are going to process some of what has just come up for us there. But before we do that, let's just take a quick check-in to pause and breathe, just in case we're holding on to any tension from what we have offloaded there. So take a deep breath in and let it out like a big sigh. A sigh is quite releasing for our nervous system. So take a big breath in and let it out like a big sigh. And a big breath in and let it out like a big sigh. And one more of those. Big breath in and out like a big sigh. And as you do that, just check if there's any tension anywhere, all clenching, and just release that. So we're going to go into the second writing session now, which is 7 minutes, split like the other into 5 and 2. So for this processing session, what I'd like to invite you to do is to follow the thread of something that came up for you in that first writing session that you're curious about or not sure about, or you're just interested to follow that thread, write about that thing a bit more and see where it leads you. So anything that makes you feel like that, start writing, follow that thread and see where it leads you. And again, if you feel like you come to a stop, especially in this second writing session, I'd like to ask you to keep writing past that point and use anything that you need to get past that point, even if that is, I don't know what to say about this. I think I've reached the end of it. Reached the end of it. Of course, I've reached the end of it. You could write that until something comes about what you have just been thinking about. It doesn't always work, but sometimes you can find that you go down to a deeper level on that topic that you're thinking about as your brain starts to just think about it a bit more deeply. You might make some associations with something else, and then that will come in. And sometimes it's quite amazing the connections that we can make when we go past that point of thinking that we've written everything there is to write about something. So try that, but obviously if it feels like there's really nothing there, then go back and pick something else that stood out to you from that first offload. Okay, so I'll see you in 7 minutes. Right, let's go. Hello and welcome back after that second writing session. I wonder how you found that and whether you did go a bit further with what you offloaded in the first writing session. And if it is to do with change, as mine very much was, that was the topic of both of my writing sessions, then yeah, I hope that you're feeling a bit more comfortable or confident or about to take the next steps into whatever change you are thinking about. If you plotted how you felt at the beginning, let me just bring that back up again to see how you are feeling now. So what I usually do is put a 1 for where I am at the beginning and then a 2 for how I feel at the end, just to simply see if there has been any change in my activation level and how pleasant or unpleasant the feeling is. The reason I do that is because sometimes I can be feeling a bit apprehensive about Monday, or the opposite, can be feeling a bit flat and just feel heavy headed. And the processing sessions, the writing, helps me to feel a bit clear headed. And so that's why I put that diagram together, just because I often feel that when I've written and processed, I feel a bit clearer than when I began. So I wonder where you were at the beginning and where you are now. And so do that if you want to. I hope that 7 minutes and then 7 minutes works for you as a time. But if you feel like you still have more to write, then set another 7-minute timer for yourself and do that. Go through that again. It's completely up to you how long you want to take for this. And the originator of expressive writing, Professor Pennebaker, does say that the time doesn't actually matter that much. He's experimented with a range of different times. What matters is that you have 2 sessions. So he says that just having a brain dump is not as effective as if you have that second session where you reflect on and process what you have dumped. So as long as you have 2 sessions, you can change the timing if you want to do this again in your own time. But if you feel like those 7 minutes and 7 minutes to 7 minutes to offload, 7 minutes to process works for you, then that's it for today. You're done for the week. And hopefully I'll see you next Sunday for another weekly process. And if you're thinking about change, then I just want to also invite you to allow yourself the space to try something new, even though you don't know where it's going to take you yet. You can't know that because you're not there yet. So there's a saying, isn't there? Sort of take the next step into the unknown. For in your comfort zone, you do not grow. So take those steps, see where it leads you. Okay, all right, that's it for today. And I will see you next week for another weekly process. Bye for now.